Hey, hey, hey. I just wanted to jump back on before I lost more daylight. I really have to stop being so obsessed with my hair. Yeah. So anyways, again, I'm gonna play some background music. The sun sometimes shoots right into my eyes. So and then I have just sensitivity to my eyes for whatever reason. Yeah. So you'll see me in shades unless it's at night. Okay, again, the music's not mine. It's just on my playlist. I purchased it. I really don't understand how that works, but I'm not claiming that I am Earth, Wind, and Fire. I just purchased their music. Okay, so here is what I will talk about with the relocation. I'm a Black woman. I'll be going over with my sons. They're twins. They'll be 18. They are artists. They're anime artists, as a matter of fact. And there is a community of anime artists over there in Chiang Mai. Why did I choose Chiang Mai? I'm asked. My God. First of all, Thailand wasn't even on the list. I was going to go to Italy. And then just as the world started changing, so did my choices. I wanted to go, I don't know. I can't say why. I don't know. Just things started changing, and I started asking friends who were still in Italy that I lived near and I was stationed with, what it was like, and they didn't have good things to say. Not that Italy was bad. It's just that it wasn't what it used to be. The reasons I fell in love with it in the first place. So people that were really close to me, who knew me, and I knew them, are the ones who I went by. I took my sabbatical in 2013 to Thailand because everything I wanted to do in Bali just wasn't happening. So I just went with the flow. All arrows pointed to Thailand. So that's where I went. That trip changed my life. And and then ever since then, every plan going towards moving back overseas pointed to Thailand. That's just the way it happened. Housing. I brought it up before. If you live, okay, so we have a car. We're not bringing anything heavy or big. We're going almost with nothing. I've already contacted people about buying some used car. But in the beginning, we will be taking mass transit. From what I'm told, it works very well. It's not going to be like I'm standing there for hours waiting for a bus or a taxi or just public transport. I shouldn't say mass, public transportation. And if you live in a city, it's real easy to get around. If you live out in the country where the housing is cheaper, just like any place else you live in the world, the housing will be cheaper, but then you pay in transportation. I found a woman. A woman who wanted to rent her house out to me and the boys, but it didn't work out because I realized I'd be locked into renting her house into the high season, which would mean I would be struggling to find something affordable right in December, right when everything is mad high. So I'm sorry, I just can't deal with that. So then I kindly declined or whatever, and back to square one. But it doesn't make sense to look now because it's April. I don't get there till August, so I need to have friends and friends of friends who are going to start looking for me in July. I'm looking for a 2-bedroom condo that me and my boys can share, and live in that for a few months before high season comes to get whatever we're going to get for long-term stay. Schools, we were looking at Chiang Mai University. They have a great art program there. But there are so many different angles from what I've researched to being able to stay out there and live as an expatriate. School is just one of those things. You can work, you can volunteer, and there's so many different cutoffs and rules for each one of those things that you'd have to ask me for each, each thing that you're interested in for me to answer that question. But because of my age and my status, I am eligible for a retirement visa, a working visa, not so much small business visa, because I believe you have to have more savings than I have or a profit shown in your business to get that one. But anyways, there are 4 to 5 different visas that you can apply for to get into stay in Thailand. What else? The house hunt, if you're looking for a house, so I'm going to throw apartments in there too. 2 to 3 months to find what you want seems to be the average answer. Clothes. I wear a size 10 shoe on a good day. My clothes are tighter than I want to talk about, but I'm definitely in that 14, 16 range. So depending on who's cutting it and whether it's top or bottom, whatever. But the point is that size is large and unusual for them. So I would be stuck with getting my clothes made, which is not expensive, or bringing my own things. Amazon does not deliver there. You can get things shipped out through Amazon, but you can't get them delivered. I don't get that, but that's what's up. What else? Okay, the down about living in the city. The up is that everything is, you can access everything. Everything's at your fingertips. All the food carts and trucks and street food is phenomenal. I witnessed that myself, but it was in other regions of Thailand, not Chiang Mai, but that's one of those areas that's known to just have food that's off the chain, street food that's off the chain. But the noise, I keep hearing time and time again that the noise from the street is pretty loud. I don't know how I'm going to feel about that. I know that my boys are extroverts. I'm an introvert. I want them to be able to live. They've suffered under my rule long enough where we live out in the country. It's not the country. And I don't even want to say the suburbs, but close to that. We don't live in the city in the heart of Austin. It's just too much for me. I'm from New York City, and the older I get, the less I want to be bothered with all of that. So I'm just going to have to bite the bullet when it comes to that. This is about them first and then me. So we're going to rent something in the city or very close to the city. We won't have a car, not at first. So that's what we have to do. I was told to bring earplugs. Okay. Which I will be doing. High season, like I said, starts in like November, December. So I need to find my place. I need to get there in August. I need to find my place and be settled in by October to get the best deal. If not, we'll be in those temporary quarters until February once the high season has passed and spring break is over and everything settles back to normal. Okay, some other issues. I talked about clothes. I thought I was asking a simple question about the food. You know what? It's getting, it's like, well, dark. No, I think the sun's about to shine in my eyes again. Well, we'll see what happens. Okay, so I asked about salad. I don't know what brought it up. I mean, what made me ask? I don't remember. I like kale a lot in my salad, and I don't know if I asked about kale in particular. I don't know. But my sponsor was like, define salad. And I said, what do you talk salad? And so basically what she was saying is that it's just not like it is in the States, where you see a big leafy green salad with lots of tomatoes and all that. Yep, the sun's coming straight in here. And so, yeah, so she told me to be prepared for that it's not going to be, sorry, I like the sun, but that's, so it's not going to be like how it is in the States, where you go in and you get a big green leafy kale or romaine lettuce salad. Lettuce doesn't fare well there. I don't know if Thailand is like it was in Europe. In Europe, you could not use pesticides like you do in the United States. It's illegal. They really care about their environment over there. And basically she was saying the bugs just tear it up. It's just not worth it. And if you do get lettuce, there's holes in it and from the bugs, and most Americans or expats are like, ew, that's gross, which I guess I'd say the same thing. And if it does make it from the farm to the table and has the holes in it, do you really want it? And it's expensive, she said. So I'll have to find that out for myself. I have a friend that's, that's a vegan. Okay, just forget it. I have a vegan friend who was over there for quite a while, and he had a lot to say about the food situation. Okay, so one of my main questions or issues was I'm not a vegan, but I wanted to know. I would love to maintain my 70 or 80% vegetable goal here, and he said it's doable. He passed on information of an app called Happy Cow. It's, oh my God, I'm not a vegan, I'm not a vegetarian. I love that app, man. So let's say you just feeling kind of crappy and you want to eat better. You just go into Happy Cow and it'll show you the menu of the place, you know, how it's rated, how expensive it is. And I haven't seen anything on it that wasn't delicious. So, and it works everywhere. So he told me to use that app. I was concerned mainly about eating stuff that I don't want to eat, like snake, cat, dog, rat, frog. Even though some of those things you probably ate in the States or could eat in the States and don't know what you're eating, that aside, I need to know. I just need to know. I've seen too many videos and it was freaking me out. And most of them were China and Korea and Japan and Vietnam. But all of those countries are too close for comfort for me I need to know. So I asked, and he let me know that app helps with that as well. Okay. I got a super long story that was very interesting. Mary has a tendency of blending information that I ask her with a bit of history, which is awesome. So I found out why, they don't do the lettuce, and the whole idea from what she believes is it came over during Vietnam. So 60, 70 time frame. That became more popular because of the Americans that were over there. She said that the cooked greens are good, but can be oily. And she said that most of Thai dishes are a protein and a carb. And let me see, how does that work? as long as you turn your dish into a complex carb, it's better than just a straight carb. So I just have to be inventive. And she said the good news, though, is that they are coming more on board with salads. She said, for instance, there's a restaurant coming called Salad Concept with 2 branches. Don't know what that means. And then she said there are a couple of grocery stores now where you can have a do-it-yourself salad. Okay. She said finding organic is a bit of a challenge, but it's out there. And that's all I'm going to read on what the 2 cents she gave about food, just in case you were wondering. I already talked about the clothes. I already talked about the housing. And last but not least, our viewer questions. You know, I don't get people viewing my videos as much as I have people stopping me at random places like the grocery store or at an event, like at a wellness event, asking me these same questions. So I don't think it matters where I'm being asked as long as I get the information out there. So here are some other questions. Excuse me. Okay, so because I want to finish this, here are more questions. Sorry. Okay. Hey, Jesus, I'm sorry. Keep thinking I've got it, and I don't got it. Okay. I talked about the ESL position. I talked about my forwarding address. So my sponsor and friend, Mary, is going to let me use her address for any mail I want to forward. I am looking into the APO, FPO address for a mailbox because I can't use my friend's address forever. So that's what's going to happen with that. Okay, so another question I've been asked is, and the questions I'm reading you have been asked, I don't know how many times, so that's why I've chosen these. And it just so happened that my god sister asked me most of the same questions everyone else has asked. So she wanted to know if I already had the address. The answer is no. I'm going to get that closer within 45 days of leaving and start forwarding my mail about 2 weeks out. Because the mail I get's junk. And I've already warned my family and for the few friends I have that please don't stop mailing me anything because we are downsizing. We're getting rid of 80% of our stuff. And unless they want me to sell it on eBay or whatever, please don't send me anything else. She wanted to know how the dollar does there. And I think I closed around that subject and it does fantastic. And I think I told you, I think I added that you could get a nice plate of food with plenty of meat and the fixings for $3. Most people have been telling me to not pack my pots because most people say, well, why bother cooking? Because the food is so cheap on the street. I like to cook though, so. Let's see. Then I've been asked, I'm going to say she because I've been asked, how do they feel about Americans? I felt fine there. I didn't feel threatened. Also, I'm Black, if you haven't noticed. Nothing. I felt no. And as a matter of fact, the thing that surprised me is how many Muslims were there. I saw a lot of Muslims. I don't know why I was surprised, but I was. And nobody grabbed their invisible pearls or clutched their purse and thought, oh, Lord, this, you know. The United States, man. We have, You know what's funny? What I'm going to say is that we play into the hype that's fed to us through the news, through other ignorant sources, and believe it wholeheartedly. And it's sad, man. I have family members that are like, oh my God, you going over there to that crap? Good luck. Don't bring those germs back here. And I'm like, but you in LA though. What are you talking about? Half Asia is over there and some damn it. Just so ignorant. But anyway, yeah, man, they were fine to me. As a matter of fact, most countries I've been in loved me, and they just want that American dollar, you know? I don't know. I didn't see that. Nobody pointed at me. Pardon me. One time, I got a lot of compliments. At that time, I had waist length braids. Got a lot of compliments off of my braids, but that happens everywhere I'm at. Everything that happens to me in the States, as far as that goes, happened there, except for the negativity of my brown skin. Another news alert, a lot of Thais are brown. That trip was a trip. I just couldn't believe it. It was amazing. So yeah, no problems. My stay, I stayed at top hotels for close to nothing. Like the kind of hotels you come in and you put your bags down, like maybe the cab drops you off and you're just looking around like, there's been a mistake. Because I can't afford this. There's no way. And you see marble everywhere and teak wood. And you're like, oh my God. And the cab already took off. Damn it. And you pull up and say your name and they say, yep, that's got you. And you go in your room and you're still saying, what? That was my experience. And it's not because I'm not used to anything either. I've traveled. I haven't been to every place in the world. I haven't been. I haven't been to India, Australia, New Zealand. I haven't been to Russia, Canada. Those are great masses of land I've never even touched. The UAE, deeper into that region, no. I haven't been to Morocco. And no part of Africa. So, excuse me. There's a great part of the world I still have yet to discover. That said, I've been through most of the United States, most of Europe, and plenty of the Caribbean, but not so much. I didn't talk about the Americas, the South and Central America. Nope, nothing. So there's a whole lot of world left for me to see. And but the parts that I have been at, I'm good. Wherever I go, there I am. So I'm fine every place I go. I just don't have those problems. I don't know what to say. I think that the stuff exists. I'm not saying that people are lying or it's in their head. I just don't have those problems. And additional questions. The flight is long as fuck. And I'm not the type of person that will complain about a long flight. And that flight is long. Oh my God. So I'm in Texas. It took me 3 hours from here to LAX. LAX to Japan was about 10 hours, 11. And then it took an hour and a half or two to go from Japan to Bangkok. So I can't even, because of the time change and everything, people are like, well, how long? Don't ask me because I don't even know. I was delirious by the time I stopped and was at my destination. So it was midnight when I got to Bangkok the next day. That's one of the things that threw me too. So I was just like, whatever. I went from the Bangkok International Airport to, it was supposed to be an airport, a hotel right outside the airport. Oh God, that was such a nightmare because I was so tired. By the time I got there, I didn't give a damn if I slept under a horse's nutsack. Really, I was so tired. So the guy was like, and he asked there was a main guy who ushered out the cabs for people. He spoke better English, but when I say I've hit a wall for communication, most people did not speak English, and I started freaking out because I was tired as hell. I just wanted to go to sleep. I just wanted to lay down. Now, I could have done what I saw some people do, which was sleep on their bags at the airport. Mm-mm. Mm-mm. I didn't even care if it was a shitty bed. I needed to be in a bed, and I needed warm food. The food was garbage. I don't remember the airline. I guess it doesn't matter right now. I wanted to have this cleansing experience, so I got a vegetarian meal. It was trash. Oh, I was so upset. And every time I asked the flight attendant if there are any extra meals, please, or snacks. I could put snacks together and make it a meal. It was horrible. So even if I had a bowl of ramen, no, not a bowl, even if I don't remember the name, the kind you get here, just rip it open and eat that. I would have been good with that. That's how bad the food was. So while those two were sitting talking back and forth, like, what the hell does this chick want? I just said, you know what? I just found a hotel that's like 3 miles from here. Take me there, please. So I just looked at the rating. No one was killed there. No one woke up getting chewed on by rats. Take me there, please. So it needed basically the hotel that I booked. I didn't lose any money, but it was by the other airport. So it was, and many cities are like that. Bangkok is a big city. So that was the international airport. And I guess the other one was the other, not international. I don't even know. All I do know is I went to a hotel that was about 3 to 5 minutes away from the same airport I had to leave out of in the morning. Take me there, please. So I went, checked in. That was my first rude experience. The woman who checked me in was just a dick for no reason. Well, I'm sure she had her reasons, but it had nothing to do with me. So anyway, checked in. I did not realize you have to give them your passport. Ooh, that was, I thought I was going to be arrested for fighting this lady. She was like, I need your passport. And I said, I don't know you like that. What do you mean you need my passport? I didn't know. All that research I didn't know that. So I give her my passport. I said, I need a copy just in case, and I'm glad I did that. And I will always keep a copy now from now on. Because you still don't know, even if that's policy, you don't know what's going on with these motherfuckers. So I did that. The room was decent. It was a nice, I don't want to say nice, like super nice, but it was a decent place. And the bed was hard as wood, which is common in Thailand. I was asked about accommodations, and my sponsor, Mary, said that she suggests I bring a mattress. I'm not doing that. God bless you, Mary, but I'm not doing that. I'm going to get a pillow top thing. I don't know what you call it, but it's like this thick, like maybe, I don't even know what this is, 5 inches, whatever. Mattress top or whatever that you can put on something that's like, maybe if you go camping and you want a better sleeping arrangement. I don't know. Anyway, that's what I'm getting. And the bed was hard. The shower was one of those bathrooms that you go in and you're like, you could tell it's going to be a different experience. And what it is you turn the water on and the water comes down and it goes everywhere. So the bathroom is designed for that. So you don't see any, it's just a little strange. I mean, it's different if you're not used to that. And so I had Lysol wipes. Every place I went, I wiped the shit out of everything. I slept really good. That was good sleep. I asked for a wake-up call. I got it. I asked for a cab with the wake-up call. Got that. Cab took me back to the airport. I flew from Bangkok to Krabi. No, Phuket. From Phuket, I took a boat. It was a lot. So my plane got to Phuket like 11. It was a lot. I got to the Phi Islands by 1:32 o'clock. After, after the boat and the other boat and the other boat. I was so happy to finally be able to put my bags down and be there. So I'm looking around. I see people walking around with coconuts and sipping their drink. And I'm like, oh my goodness, I'm going to get one of those. So I go up and give my reference information or whatever and my ID. And the woman's looking through and she goes, I'm sorry, I don't see your name. And I'm like, could you check again, please? And she checked again and she's starting to speak Thai to these other people. I'm like, oh my God. Oh, sweet G. I can't. There's never been a time when I was more disgusted, exhausted, through, done, a wrap. So I will say, if you ever go out to a place like Thailand, Philippines, don't assume, and this is not a dig against Thais, don't assume that you're going to be understood, the education level of different people that you talk to. That even if you show them the name of a hotel and they're a cab driver, that they're going to know what you're talking. Like, none of that. Don't assume anything. Pack a big giant case of patience when you go. I got so angry at this chick who kept saying, we're on island time. Oh my God. Woo! That wasn't good. Because I had been, to me, just going around in circles for 2 days. I was so strapped, man. Anyway, after I finally got to the retreat, I was doing this for about a day and a half. Oh, Jesus. I don't know. Those were things I didn't anticipate. So if you're going deep into Thailand, where there are just these islands, a whole bunch of things I took for granted. Wi-Fi, ATM machines. Oh, sweet Jesus. Woo! And then when you get to the ATM machines, guess what? They're in Thai. Imagine that. And I'm a type A. I prepare for shit. So that was just too much for me. Anyway, that I'm not saying that won't happen again, because that can happen. From what I know now, that can happen to anybody. You could be a veteran traveler, and that can still happen. So, again, I've been asked about which visa. I haven't made up my mind yet, and I still have time. I'm preparing myself to be qualified for any of the visas, except for the business one, because I can't just make mad money just grow like magic. I have been asked by people who are closest to me about Italy. I already talked about that. I'm not going to Italy now. The flight, in the end, ended up being about 24 hours, which is the amount of time it took me to get from Texas, Central Texas, to LA by driving. I've done that a couple of times. And then there were more questions. Oh, will I be studying the language? Yes, I want a basic knowledge of Thai. Will I try to become fluent? No. I bounce around too much for that. And I have already been down that road. I've done that 4 times. Arabic, French, Spanish, Italian. I'm good. Now I just want to learn the basics when I go to a country, be polite, be respectful, know the customs and the courtesies, and bounce. So, so what were my other questions? The staple food, noodles, a lot of dishes with noodles, curry. To me, Some of the most delicious food I've had in my life. I want some right now. My mouth's watering. That food was so freaking good. Some people had rumored that you can't get beef there. That's not true. While I was there, I had chicken, fish, shell, every type of seafood you can imagine. And I wanted to stick to seafood because I kind of could guess what that was. Like, okay, that's a shrimp. And those are crab legs. And that's a lobster's tail. Chicken. So until I like find, and I always do every country I go to and stay a while, I find a family and we latch on, and then I trust their food and their thing, and then they refer me out to people and stuff. So that'll happen again. It always does. They asked about dual citizenship. I don't know if I touched on that. Me and the boys will not have or request dual citizenship. The only time you can get married and that happens. I don't know about Thai's laws when it comes to that. I'm not interested, and I don't know if the boys are. The major religion I already talked about is mostly Buddhist, but there are a hell of a lot of Muslims there and some Christians. What will I be shipping there? 20% of what I have, and most of that will be clothes and dishware, type of houseware stuff. I already talked about college. The field of study for the boys will be commercial design. They are anime artists, and there's a small anime community. I already brought that up. And their goal is to move to Japan after Thailand. Tokyo, to be exact. My kids will be 18 in a few weeks. I thought, great. I got the passport when they were underage, so I needed their father's permission. I'll just get the visa after they turn 18. I don't need to be bothering him again. Wrong. I forgot what they said the age was. I want to say 22 or 23. I can't even tell you how. I was just disgusted. Like, I feel like, you ever break up with somebody and they just keep hanging around? Nothing against him like that. I'm just not used to this. Well, our relationship, I was married twice. And so my second divorce was just horrible. He was horrible to me and us. He neglected. He was just, and I didn't want anything to do with him, like a lot of moms say. But I knew I needed to be decent because of the kids. So I did that. And I felt like, you know what? He's over there. You're in the States. Great. You don't ever he was in Europe. You don't ever have to see his ass. He doesn't come to the States like that. And he neglects the kids, which sucks. But the good news is you don't have to see him. And the kids don't have to be reminded of that pain every time he visits. Great. That didn't work out like that. And I just feel like, I don't know, man. Oh, like the guest that wouldn't leave. Like, Christ, when is it going to? Oh, I'm very independent. And I don't like going to nobody about nothing and asking about shit. That's part of it. Even when I'm married, I don't, can you help me get my nails done? I don't do none of that. I just feel like you're too individual. That's why I wanted to get married, and I'm glad I did because I have 3 wonderful boys from it. Other than that, I just didn't. Now, I don't regret that. However, I don't believe in marriage anymore. And that doesn't mean if I met somebody who was married, I'm like, why are you married? That's dumb. No. However, I don't feel the need to get married again. And I would say that if you saw me married later, it would have to have something to do with business. I just can't see the whole romantic love thing. You don't need marriage. Marriage is bullshit as far as I'm concerned for that. So it's dogma, stigmas, no. What type of country is Thailand? I am told it's called the Land of Smiles. I hope that answers that question. What is the process to move there? Okay, though a lot of YouTubers make it sound like it's easy peasy, it is not. And I think, I will say this. I think if you're single and you don't even have a cat or a frog or anything, that it's easier. I have the boys, they're going to college. I have to get their diploma and their records from the Board of Ed. Like, there's things I got to do. Another thing no one talked about was shots. Okay, so I'm told you have to have your hepatitis series done. Hepatitis is one of those things that, excuse me, and I have to find out the details on that because I'm good. I was in the Air Force. I had to have hepatitis A, B, and C for different, it depended what job I had or whatever the hell. So I'm good. But I remember a couple of times when I didn't go when I was supposed to. So some of them, they're staggered. So if you're supposed to go, so let's say you get a shot today, you're supposed to be back in that clinic in 4 weeks, something like that. If you miss that, you got to start all over again. So if that's the case, that's going to be a problem. Wait, what is this, April? That might be a problem. So I'm getting on that tomorrow. There are a couple other things, but basically shots. And I would check that with no matter what country you're going into. I think malaria was something else that came up. And she said that, what my sponsor said, that chicken pox is like all over the place. I was there for almost 2 weeks. I didn't see none of that shit. But I'm just saying that's what she says. She's been there about 5 years. Okay, so again, I've been asked why Thailand and not Italy. The money. I save crazy, please hear me, crazy money living in Thailand. Okay, so for what I make here, because I'm on disability, I'm retired Air Force, I get a check from the VA. And I'll talk about the VA stuff in another video. It is hard as hell, especially in Austin. Austin is expensive. It's hard as hell to make it here. By the 10th or the 12th of the month, I'm scraping again. Not poor and at the corner with a sign, no. But I can't live comfortably, you know? What I make here can get us, okay, wait, I'll talk about just housing alone. My apartment is about almost $1,500 a month. Wait, with utilities no, without utilities, no extras. My house is, about 15 and a half a month, 1,550 a month. It's a small 2-bedroom. The size of this place looks like the size of a place that I stayed in Thailand, like a hotel room. In Thailand, so I'm figuring from what the videos I've looked at, $1,550, I can get all 3 of us apartments. Okay. In Thailand, you can get an apartment just like this. Oh, this is a 2-bedroom, so I can't say that. I know you can get 1-bedrooms from anywhere from 200, from 200 to, my allergies, please forgive me, from 200 to up. But you can get a nice, decent one. It's from $300 to $400 a month. A month, $300 to $400 a month. That's so beautiful. If I wasn't so tired, I'd cry. So when people ask, like, why are you going over there? It's just so far. And I'm like, are you kidding? I'm a thousandaire over there. So that's what I'll be doing along with my teaching. And if you didn't do the quick math, the boys are 18 now, so that means no child support. So it would be a super mega struggle. Okay? So that's why. And over there, I can, if I wanted to, I could pay for my schooling out of pocket. A used car costs anywhere from $2,000 to $5,000 from what I'm told, depending on what you want. It is, I don't know how many people, I'd say if I asked 10 people about getting a motor scooter or a cycle or bike, 8.5 to 9 of those people would say, hell no. Thailand has one of the highest rates for vehicular, well, it's motorbikes, fatalities in the world. I think they said they're number 4. So the answer is no. I don't know. I thought, oh, bike, that's cheap. And nah, I don't even know what the hell I'm talking about. I wouldn't do that here. I'm too scary. People act crazy when you're in a car. A bike? And I've seen a couple of videos. I'm like, okay, I'm good. I'm good. I was playing. Never mind. So we're not getting bikes. I already talked about how long the flight was. My god sister who did this email, I'm so glad she asked these questions because these are the same exact questions everyone asked. And so I had them all just right here. And she asked about the vaccines too. So yeah, that's it. The other thing I would say is damn sure do your homework, have a checklist or something. I'm creating a checklist to put on my website, which is indigo.com, so that other people don't have to go through the struggle I've gone through, where you have to pick and match and put things together after talking to 50, 60 people. I don't know how many Facebook groups I'm in that I got in purposely to help take care of this need. And you ask people questions like, hey guys, it'll be a, excuse me, it'll be a Black American women's group for Thailand. And you say, hey guys, how's it going? What about hair care? Does anybody out there have locks or natural hair? And you can share, like, is it hard to get your products? Should I invest in, what's that company? I don't remember. Or Carol's daughter, like, what's up? Crickets. So I really don't like that. I don't understand groups that form to support you and then don't support you. It really gets on my fucking nerves, just to be quite clear. So if you are looking for something and you can't find it, you build it, right? So that's what I'll be doing as well. And that is it. I think I covered everything from work to what we're going to eat to money. Again, if you work online, whether it's your own business or a company that's in the States, they don't care. If you are an expatriate that comes to Thailand and you want to work and get money from the Thai people, that could be a problem. You need a work permit and a whole bunch of other things. That's why getting a job like teaching English while you're still in the States is a good idea, but there are people who wait till they get there, by the way. They just get a tourist visa. They go over before 30 days is up. They get the job, and then they turn that visa into a tourist visa into a working visa, and they're good. Or they border jump, which I'm sure I'm not saying that right, but they go to the next country over, Laos or Vietnam, China, and then their 30-day clock starts over again. They'll stay in Laos or Vietnam for a little bit. I heard Laos is like a quiet kept gem to go visit. So that will probably be the country I go to. But yeah, go over there, chill for a few days, come back. And then within that 30 days, try and find yourself something. So yeah, I look forward to it. I'm excited. I'm just tired. I've been teaching a lot of hours and it's just really, and then the weather keeps going up and down. And just in this time frame of this live video, I have on this sweater because it was kind of cool. And now it's burning up, but I can't take it off in the middle of my video. Might see my nipples. No, just I'm sorry. But no, I'm going to take the sweater off. Yeah, so that's it. That's all I got. And I appreciate your time. I hope what I said helped. I will continue to do these videos, like I said, because I don't have time to do edits. I will do live videos. So please, you know, take me as okay. And again, I appreciate your time. Lots of love, light, and indigo vibrations. Peace.